So I definitely feel like Red should have 1 million people on his Christmas list because he just knows everybody. What's up, guys? It's Angela, and I'm here to do my very late review of The Blacklist, The Decembrist. This was episode 8, and it was also the winter finale. So now we have to put up with the long, cold winter with no James Spader or Ryan Eggold. Sorry, had to throw that one in there. But we do get to see Katherine Heigl in a new show. I think it's called State of Affairs. I don't know. All I think when I see those previews is, Katherine Heigl, where the hell has she been for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years? I know she adopted a baby, but that kid's probably grown by now. Where has she been? Does anybody else wonder this? Or am I alone here? So the episode starts off with Tom flashing back to the day that Lizzie and Red cornered him, and Red said shoot, and Red wanted to shoot Tom, and Lizzie said I'll take care of it. Well, Lizzie didn't really take care of it, and she took Tom to go get medical attention and then locked him on a boat. Yeah, I know. Crazy, crazy Lizzie locking him on a boat. Then we flash forward to the present day where Red and Berlin are talking, and Berlin's daughter said there was a man who said he could protect her from Berlin, and the man was part of a group known as the Decembrist. So this episode is obviously called the Decembrist, and they're obviously looking for a man known as the Decembrist. And all this episode I'm thinking, man, I'm so cold, and I just want it to be December. So they did a really great job with getting me in the Christmas time spirit, winter time spirit. Lizzie and the boat owner are talking about what to do with Tom. He said eventually you're going to have to kill him, but Lizzie does not want to. She's very against killing people. And then Dembe calls Lizzie who finds out that Berlin and Red, aka the dynamic duo, have teamed up to go hunt down the Decembrist. The Decembrist is the one ultimately responsible for everything, and Berlin is simply the fall guy, is what we figure out in this episode. And I was like, oh, jeez. Like, I just feel like once we get to the Decembrist, there's going to be somebody higher up and higher up and higher up, and it's never going to end. Like, is it ever going to end? It's crazy. It's craziness on the Blacklist. Jeez, my leg is on fire. I have my little heater on, and oh my god, it's burning up. Give me 1 second. I'm going to, try and turn the heat down. Hum to yourselves while I do this. Okay, that might be a little bit better. Whew, getting toasty. Anyway, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. If you can't tell, I'm, just totally ready for December. But I'm not one of those crazy people that decorates before Thanksgiving, because I think Thanksgiving should have its own day. Am I right? Am I right? Even if it's just football and eating, which is what this girl loves to do. Two of her favorite things. So, back to the Blacklist, which is the reason why I made this video. The harbor master comes snooping around Lizzie's boat, and I was like, oh shit. Well, she pulls out her badge and says there was 2, I think, escaped convicts, and if he heard anything to call her and let her know. Well, obviously this isn't going to keep this guy away. I mean, he's determined to pry, even if somebody shows him a badge. Really? Really? How dumb are you? You see an FBI badge, you go the other way. I'm not sure if that works in wherever they are, but it works here. I'm like, okay, I'm minding my own damn business. The Decembrist is one of the most powerful men in Russia, they figure out, and Lizzie and Cooper want to go, but they get told no. They won't sanction it, so they're stuck. But that does not mean that Red is going to listen to whatever lady Cooper and Lizzie were talking to. I don't remember her name. Red's going to do what Red does best, and he is going to Russia with the other half of the dynamic duo, Berlin, and they're going to go find the Decembrist, and this heater is still hot. Okay. The harbor master comes back to the boat. I was like, here we go again. And Lizzie, the guy that owns the boat, and Tom are all trying to figure out what to do with them. And they're like, the guy that owns the boat's like, you're going to have to kill him. Lizzie obviously does not want to do that, but she will get turned in otherwise. And, sorry, the guy that owns the boat knows this, and so does Tom. So Tom takes it upon himself to go all Cujo and kill the guy, basically strangling him with his feet. Monkey Man. Not Cujo. Monkey Man. That sounds way better than Cujo, I think. Anyway, Berlin and Red track down the Decembrist, only to find out it's an American by the name of Alan Fitch, who is the Assistant Director of National Intelligence. So Red goes back to the US of A, and he sends in white flowers to a meeting that Alan Fitch is in, and Alan knows this is the signal that Red wants to talk to him. Really? White flowers. White roses, I think. I wish I could just send something into a room and shut him up and anybody flock to me and have a private meeting. The world doesn't work like that. You have to schedule your meetings. You have to schedule your meetings. Just because you're Red Reddington, you think you can have all the rules broken. Man. So, Red tells Alan Fitch that Berlin is after him. He wants retribution, and Alan basically just laughs him off. Well, lo and behold, Alan is a jackass because he gets taken. Berlin comes to take him. I did not see that one coming. And when I say I did not see that one coming, I'm being sarcastic and a smartass. Sorry, not sorry. Red confronts Lizzie about Tom, and he knows that he's still alive. She wants to know who told him, and Red is disappointed that he didn't tell her and wants Tom's help in finding Berlin, because Tom was known associates with Berlin. And I feel really bad for Red in this scene because obviously Red just has a natural connection with Lizzie, and Lizzie seems like, I know, that was my dog that time. Lizzie seems like she wants to know more about him at times, but Dina, stop it. But she shuts him out of her life, and I think if we discover this connection that the two of them have, we'll know why Red feels so protective over Lizzie, and we'll know why Lizzie kind of shuts him out, or if Lizzie really doesn't know anything like I think she doesn't. I don't think she knows anything about him. I just think she thinks it's weird that, he came into the picture on her first day. So, anyway, Tom says he'll give Lizzie Berlin if she lets him go. I think he should let him out. I think he should let him shave. But that's just me. I'm just saying here. Lizzie lets Tom go, obviously, to help find Berlin. And Tom wants Berlin to bring him in. But Berlin says no at first and then gives him an address, which obviously he gives to Lizzie and Wrestler, who we hardly saw in this episode, I don't think. And I was very sad because #LoveandWrestler. So cute. So adorbs. Okay. They go to the address and they find Fitch, but he has been rigged to a bomb. And at this point, I have to apologize because I fell asleep a little bit. I was exhausted, and then I tried to rewatch the episode of the Blacklist at the part where I fell asleep, and I fell asleep at the part where I fell asleep. I can't win. But anyway, they find Berlin. Red does. That's what I deduced, because when I woke up, Red and Berlin are drinking together. Only Berlin is the only one drinking. Red is making Berlin think he's actually drinking, but he's not. He is sober as a judge. And at the end of their little drunken fest, Red shoots Berlin and kills him. And this kind of made sense to me, but I kind of thought they might have made nice. But then again, Berlin made Red's life a living hell, so retribution here. And we also found out earlier in the episode, I'm sorry I forgot to mention this, that Alan Fitch was after Red earlier, but then he kind of told everybody to lay off, and I think Berlin went rogue and went after him. So, that's probably why he shot him. My dogs are on puppy crack tonight, I think. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Okay. So Tom and Red are having a meeting in a little cafe with Dembe sitting at the counter, and I have never had this thought before ever in my entire life. But the second Tom walked into that little cafe, I was like, oh damn, Tom and Red had been working together. Like the second he walked in, they didn't even say a word to each other yet, but I just had that thought yep, that's what's going to happen. That's so what's going to happen right about now. And Tom and Red start talking. Tom asks if he has it, and Red pulls out an envelope, which we don't see what's in, obviously, because it's the Blacklist, and says you are never to see her again, talking about Lizzie, obviously. And a little sidebar that I noted right here was that Tom shaved. He's looking so good, so adorable, and I just need him to make more car commercials because he was so sexy in that one he made. Like, I really wanted to buy that car. Tom says he never told Lizzie about them, not one word, even though he was on that boat for 4 months. I was like, yep, there it is. They were working together. What is there to tell about him and Red? What's going on? I need to know. Maybe Red's her dad. There's so much speculation that Red is Lizzie's dad and that he hired Tom to keep an eye out on Lizzie. Because in this episode, when Lizzie asked if he ever loved her, or when Lizzie asked, if he ever loved her, okay, Tom points out that Lizzie never asked if he ever loved her, and she said, because I know the answer. And we assume that it's no. But Tom replies with, I don't think you do. So I think there were genuine feelings there. I mean, you're living with a person and you want to protect them regardless of which side you're playing for, to an extent. Like, if you're really bad, then you're going to be bad. You know what I mean? But I don't think Tom is 100% bad. It's like shades of gray, and just, I cannot wait until this little break in the Blacklist is over. But meanwhile, I will have to occupy my time by watching Katherine Heigl coming out of the woodwork and in her new show, which looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's so many about women in the White House and government powers, like Madam Secretary, that I have not really watched or caught that, edge of. But NBC usually delivers on some shows. Revolution that they never gave us an end for, but I definitely love the Blacklist. I can't wait for it to be back on. If you can't wait for it to be back on, let's talk about it right down there. If you're gonna watch State of Affairs, let me know. Any other shows you're excited about, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.